Whew, that was a butt kicker. All right, Hungry Hunter. One more mile to go. I gotta say, that was one of my favorite trips of all time. All right, here we go again. We're back, inspired and motivated, mainly from all the encouraging feedback I got on my last post. So thanks for all the comments. And when we get to our final destination, I'll probably mention it once again. First thing we got to do is get to our spot. I believe we're going to have ourselves a really great adventure this time, and it's going to take a little work to get there. I have my fish house and a lot of gear. It's going to be a 6-mile journey, I think, to get to my final destination today. It's going to be a lot of recreation. I'm going to do at least 2 full days out there. All right, finally, another adventure has begun. What I'm doing this week is I'm hitting this big, huge lake right here. This lake's probably 8-9 miles long, and it's often just very windy, shifty winds. It's a tough lake. What's in here are a lot of whitefish. There's a fair amount of walleyes, and I don't know if I expect to catch much or any walleyes. It's getting late in the season. Most of these lakes the walleyes are, pretty dormant. The one lake I've been hitting the last couple weeks is one exception to that rule. There's also a fair amount of lake trout in here, though I don't know how hard I'll fish for lake trout. Now, if you want to fish and camp out here, it's a lot of work. Fishing is really twice the weight and really twice the work. So you really have to be efficient and be on your game. I guess my first tip is on these portages when they're tough like this, and they generally are, it's really more snow that you have to contend with. Sometimes waist-deep snow makes it really even more physical than what we have now. Right now, it's just really the danger is breaking your sleds, and if you break a sled 6 miles back here and you really do a number on it, it's going to make your journey that much more difficult. You might even have to go back and make 2 trips, and that's an extra 12 miles. So absolutely make sure you have your stuff tied down. Double check your things. If anything is hanging out, clothing, anything at all, you're going to lose it. What I have here, like I say, is just a giant lake, and I'm on the west side. And I consider this the spawning side of the lake. Now, most of these lakes flow from, I guess you'd call it it's the Laurentian Divide, all the way down, and they flow into this Lake Superior. This creek that's coming out up here, over the years, drops a lot of sediment, and it's kind of flat, and it gradually drops down there, so there's more sediment. Small rubble, rocky things that the warm water species tend to spawn in. The walleyes, the pike. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get out to, I'd like to get out to about 24 feet of water in this gradual kind of sediment-filled basin at the back of this bay. So that's, I think, a logical place to start. I brought my fish house for a couple reasons. One, the lake conditions just really good for it. So, it's one of the few times where you can get a fish house back here. And that enables me to fish even harder. I've got a chance at dark, after dark, and during the night to catch myself a burbot or a walleye. So that's what I'm going to be sitting on tonight. I'd love to catch a burbot. I don't think there's a lot of them in here, but pretty aggressive fish. They probably are pretty active right now, a lot more active than the walleye. So I'd say I have a chance out there in 25 feet of water overnight to catch myself a burbot, and then I could tell you all about them, and we could have ourselves a little Pepsi challenge, or I should say a Sprite challenge. The fishing out here, it's daunting, so we'll see what happens. There's a brook trout lake 3 miles down the lake and up the hill. There is another good lake trout lake up and over this hill down and I could hit another brook trout lake up there, and those are two what I call black diamond portages. So that's serious stuff. Not to say I couldn't bring my stuff over there, I sure might. If I catch a few fish out here, I'll probably stay put. I've got a couple full days here. I've got enough heat if I conserve it for a couple days. I think the weather's supposed to get nicer. We've got sun now. It started out cloudy morning. Just a pretty day, just a beautiful day. It's cool, it's cold. I want to take a little time. The sun feels good back here. There's no real wind right here. But I do want to be prepared when I get out to the lake a little bit for a little more wind. Lesson number 2, just take a breath. Make sure you're not too tired. Make good decisions. And avoid any catastrophes. I don't want to have anything really go wrong out there, a broken fish house, or, you know, have it just blow away. It happens. So I got to be really smart. So I want to make sure that I've, I don't know, have a little energy when I go out there. I'm warm. As I always say, just know where everything is. So you just need to quickly reach for it, because this can get a little dicey when you're way back here and you get cold quickly, and things can just change real quick. It's happened for me a few times, enough to know that things happen really quickly. Be ready to get dry clothes on, warm clothes on. You know, if you have a splash or something like that where it's life-threatening, just, you know, better be able to get in your bag and get some warm clothes on immediately to survive. I don't know, it's a lot of talking, sorry. Not all that's gonna make the cut. Once we get out here and get that fish house set up, we are golden. So far, so good. I'm here in time. Probably get set up just in time for the prime time bites, so I'll get an evening, an overnight, and a morning fish here, and then I'll be rested and recovered, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do from there. All right, what can I say about today? It's pretty good. I'm a little tired. A good night's sleep and you know, a little bit of easy living there tonight and tomorrow morning ought to do me good. I'm not going to stand for not catching some fish for very long, so I'm going to be on my way if it doesn't happen. God, let's catch a nice big fat walleye. Try to hang in there for another 3 hours and fish. Couple hours, I'll cook some dinner. Hopefully I have the energy to do that. I should be feeling really tip-top here in no time. Conserve my heat, have a good time, and keep moving. I'm already antsy. All right, morning number 1. God, it was frosty last night, super cold. I stayed very warm in my sleeping bag and was comfortable all night. I'm frozen in big time. Just get thawed out a bit, get my stuff smartly packed up, and get moving. It's cold out there today. It's going to be a cold morning. I think it's going to get nice out later. I do feel really good this morning. I slept pretty well. I got a lot of rest and a lot of food yesterday, so I feel super great today. We're having fun no matter how you slice it, no doubt about it. It's a good time out here, even though it's really cold. The ice is just booming all night like I was under artillery fire. All right, I didn't expect that. I kept at the fishing, put a line down there, and a fish came in. That is a nice 19-inch walleye. That is so worth it. Look at that baby. If I wanted to target these right now, I'd probably go deeper, probably 35 feet of water. And if I was also going to target these, I'd probably try to come back early season, early ice, and hit this back bay. So that tells me a lot. I know that these fish are in here, and I don't know, I could still catch another one or two, but I don't know, that's the walleye of the year so far, so I'll definitely take it. Get packed up, get down the lake, and see if we can't get a whitefish or two. Okay, found my spot. Not quite as far down the lake as I had thought I was going to go. I don't think there's any reason to go any further down. I was probably going to go another mile, mile and a half. The gear's pulling kind of heavy today, even though I feel fine. You know, a mile and a half that way and a mile and a half back with all the gear, that's 3 miles. So, you know, in the end, that could be significant. This area here, there's a lot of structure, a lot of shoreline structure. And just down here, we have caught walleyes. We're going to get to her here, get set up, and go after those fish, because I love fishing. If I think I have time to run to the brook trout lake, I think it'll take me an hour to ski over there and get up the hill. If I can leave here by noon, I have no idea what time it is, then I'll probably try to make that trek today. Be nice to sort of get it out of the way today, because tomorrow will be a big time day. Let's just keep plugging away, and this is already shaping up to be one of my, I don't know, favorite trips in a long time anyway. So this is just a lot of fun, and it is a gorgeous day out. I think the sun's going to be shining all day, and it's not a whole lot of wind. So let's go catch some brook trout, and let's catch a big one. Fishing 9-10 feet of water, kind of a sharp break, shoreline break, tree in the water. Caught fish here before, so I wish it wasn't in the shade. This lake, I would say they don't, I've never had them just jump in the boat, so to speak. Have to work for them. We'll just keep hopping this thing around, see if we can alert some of these fish, and God, let's get a real nice one on the line. Oh, darn it. Little one, I don't know. The way it's going today, I think I'll keep him. Might be the year of the small brook trout. A little better. We'll take that. Definitely take that. God, they're dark. All right. Prospected around a bit. Fished in the sun, didn't catch anything. Came back to my original hole, and they were down there. Not what we're looking for, but that's all right. So I'm going to give it another, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, see if I can get fish number 5 here. Well, this is a 14.5 incher, so that's not bad. It's not a terrible stringer. They'll taste good and they'll get eaten. Back from the brook trout hole. You know, fun adventure, not too much energy spent, and not a whole lot of time. I wish I would have caught some big ones. But that's a nice little stringer fish. I did end up getting my 5th fish. Let's see if I can maybe locate a lake trout here. Give it about a half hour at the most. And then I'm going to start, I'm going to keep fishing hard. Whether it's in the shack, I'll definitely have a tip up outside the shack. There's a flag. Oh shit, someone's got that thing hard. Not fighting yet. Well, out of line, dang it. Come on, sucker. Yeah, I'll take that one. That's a nice fish. That's a good eater right there. Yeah, baby. Lucky to get that one in. Late night lake trout. All right, there's a fish. Okay, we'll add that to the pile. Get a measurement on it. That's probably a, I don't know, 21, 22 inch fish. Hooked it pretty good, so I pretty much had to keep it. But that pretty much takes care of our lake trout, and it's good to get a nice one, and he's hefty, so we will take that for sure. Slowly but surely, the fish are piling up. Well, I didn't really get a great night's sleep last night, but it was adequate enough. I was comfortable. It was warm, if anything. The wind started blowing a little bit, about probably 10:30. So I went out and made sure everything was secure. Put my auger anchor in the proper spot. So taking care of business as usual. Feeling pretty good. I woke up at like 4 in the morning. I sure didn't need to do that. I've been fishing. Had a cup of coffee. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to move close. I think there's a point out here. I'm going to see if I can get in a whitefish and sit out there for a couple hours. It's windy. It's not really cold, but it'll be cool. So I'm going to bring the fish house over there with just light gear. Might put a tip up out deep, see if I can get another lake trout. All right, that's pretty near a wrap on this adventure. What a great one. Fishing a little subpar, to be honest. A lot of lines in the water, a lot of time fishing, but either not choosing the right spot or I'm not sure really what. I've learned a lot, just because you don't always catch fish out here, you sure learn a lot every single time you fish one of these lakes. I just love this lake so much. I've loved it for 40 years. It was really nice to get back on that west end. I've always wanted to go back there in the winter time, and I think it could be a real dandy if you timed it right. I was able to, keep my energy up and keep at it the entire time out here. That fish house, or I call it the pup tent, was pretty nice. I didn't run a lot of heat in there. I didn't really need to. I was active during the day. I love being out here. This is just absolute heaven for me. I love wintertime. I don't mind getting cold. This winter fishing is so fantastic. Just delighted to be out here doing my thing. So I'll see you next week, regardless of where I'm at. And we'll keep trudging along. And I know I've got about an 8-mile journey, a heavy load to get home, so this trip's not over yet. Shit, there's a flag way out there. Stretch these legs out a little bit. Come on, baby. Be something. Terrible hook sets. I don't mind if I lost an acre. It's fun. Got a sprint out of it. was that a great trip, a lot of fun. I was gonna finish this video a little differently, but I don't know, I really gotta say something special to me. I had a note from, well, one of the old timers out here, and gave me a lot of information, a couple of homemade jigs. I think you're the guy who lives on the lake out here, and I've talked to you a few times, and I've got a lot of information from you, so a lot of the stuff I'm doing is because of some stuff that you told me about, so I really, really appreciate the note, the jigs, and the thoughts. That means a lot to me. I just gotta say that's just really special, and makes it all worth doing all the work. Well, it's a lot of fun, but doing all the work, and if you know, some of the old guys are watching, really, really means a lot to me. So I appreciated everybody for watching. Thanks so much, and I'm really going out on a pretty good note here. So everybody have a good week.